Hi, welcome. On this video, I just want to take a minute to really emphasize the importance of integrity of the method when it comes to creating relational change between dogs and owners. And this is all about understanding about how the picture frames up and how the method itself defines change, how it all intersects and ties together through the process, but even the context of integrity as it relates to control. So when you look at control, you're looking at, again, structure through using the crate effectively. You're looking at how the leash is used to interact with the dog, even off leash. Okay, this is, again, when you look at the difference, or stand back to try to define the difference between this system and what sets the system apart. If you look at the proactive nature of the method in terms of influence itself, how it intersects and how it creates change through what I define as random moments. So within other systems, even bound systems, they administer influence by way of what they define as a correction, which is reactive. So even when you're looking at looking at the context of relational change and the reactive nature of how the majority of systems approach it, bound systems, and the proactive nature of this system, that in itself speaks volumes. It really does, because of how you're engaging with the dog. So these moments that are setting up through what I define as random moments, okay, it's the same context as, say, if you have a relationship problem with a child or with a teenager. It's about investment, okay? You're talking about depth of relationship. It's how you're interacting, okay, certain ways, versus just kind of sitting on the couch or doing some sort of superficial incentivized picture building program, which again defines really the majority of what's going on in the dog training world. It's about depth of relationship. It's about how you're investing through the method. So this system represents depth. It represents approaching the relationship between dogs and owners properly by way of how this dog's decision-making process is governed at the social relational level. Dogs are social relational animals. So, but again, we talk about the issue of context of integrity. You can see that through how you're interacting with the dog, the structure, even integrity through these so-called random moments, okay, where you're being very intentional when it comes to creating change with dogs. You're not in a reactive state, you're in a proactive state. And so the dog understands. It's the intent of what the method's doing. There's depth here. So again, just something to think about. Integrity is very important. Again, it can be really challenging for so many people because of kind of the culture of what dog training has been set up to be over the years. But again, I continue to speak through these issues to show people that this is the real problem. I source that out. It's a superficial level that this learning-based narrative is applied. And if you did that, okay, the same way in the human world with trying to establish change between parent and child, you have the same problems, okay? The same problems. So, it's just like apply common sense. People, if you look at how this mirrors up, you'll see the problems inherent to this, how this narrative is applied. So again, it's all about integrity. It's understanding. Just don't look at the picture in a kind of a Christmas postcard way where you look at the dog sitting from a distance and doing it. That could be a complete counterfeit washout based on dog continuing to hold control. So it has to start with integrity, stepping into a process, understanding the dogs are holding a certain level of control, and so it's got to line up properly. If you approach it through this narrative, you can have problems because dogs can hold control through that alignment, through just going through and just looking at that superficial level of just dogs responding. Just like a child could be responding, doing whatever you have checked off your little laundry list of what you're trying to sell as representative of change, and it's not, because there's no depth to it. Okay, the kid's just doing it because I'm going to earn $100. Okay, that's it's a little more deeper than that by way of what's going on, but that's kind of keeping it kind of simple for people. That's basically the problem. And when it's successful for some people, this is a little twist here. But again, you can figure this out. Look at the personality type of the person. Okay, I apply this. So, you can track this stuff, go through the sequence, but the important point is the integrity of the method matters. It's got to hold together. You've got to make sure you speak in the right language to the method to make sure you have the desired outcome. That is so critical for dogs and owners. So, thanks for watching.